Here is your weekly AstroYoga forecast. So this week we have a quarter moon heading into the full moon in Gemini, which is happening in the small hours of the morning next Monday. This week is marked by the movement toward the clashing of the ideologies. And what I mean here is we have a very interesting dynamic among the signs Sagittarius, Gemini, and Pisces. So Sagittarius and Gemini are both primarily concerned with how they know what they know through the location and the ways in which they move through the world. This includes systems like philosophy, psychology, the higher philosophical systems like esoteric spirituality, these sorts of things, yoga, all of this. Gemini energy is concerned with how they know what they know on the local plane as they circumambulate and interact with other people and their opinions and thoughts. And then Pisces shows up, and they are concerned with how they know what they know through the broader experiential reality and through the capacity to dissolve things until they find their truest form. Now, each of these signs picks up on something very useful in how we know what we know, what knowledge is useful when, what knowledge is universally applicable, and what knowledge is very specific to circumstance. Now, because these are all ways that we know what we know, and because during this full moon, Mercury, the planet of communication, will be squaring off with Neptune, a planet which dissolves and obfuscates, this time is a time of potentially coming into conflicting ideas and communication styles. In addition to this, Mars, which is the planet of activation and sometimes anger, is traveling with the sun. So we are going to have a very interesting formation. And then along with this, the full moon itself is forming what's known as a T-square, or a very energizing and sometimes frustrating configuration with the planet Saturn, which rules constrictions and boundaries. Now, if you happen to be in the United States, we have Thanksgiving occurring this week. It's a time when a lot of people spend time with family. And if you happen to be spending time with loved ones, it's a great time to watch the communication dynamics play out. It's also a great time to learn on your inner plane the ways in which you value what you know and how you know what you know. This can lead to a lot of reconciliation of various viewpoints, as well as potentially some clashes. So be aware that the astrology is rife for exploring different communication styles, patterns, different ways of the evaluation of knowledge. But ultimately, the key to these dynamics will be to dissolve all that is not the highest, all that is not the ultimate truth. Just begin to release and let it go and come back to the experience of reality you are having in your body, in your heart, and in your mind at every moment in time. Hopefully that's not too complicated of a dynamic to figure out, but there will be some required release during this time. And the release is happening in Gemini, the sign of our individual opinions. So let go of what's individual, let go of what is circumstantial or piecemeal in nature, and instead desire to enter into the curious state of understanding others, and you will have a beautiful full moon. Now, this full moon has a lot of aspects, and if you're curious about this full moon, please join me at the Ask Me Anything session about this full moon this Wednesday afternoon. We are having that. It is through membership. And right now, I have an amazing special on membership, which is our holidays special running through the International School of AstroYoga. You receive 30 days for free. You receive a free mini reading. You receive a copy of AstroYoga for an Aquarian age, and you receive a personalized astrology coffee mug. And if you are already a member, you guys are getting some goodies that are even extra special to that. And I'm going to email you guys those, as well as the traditional solstice gifts that we do as the holidays approach. So I hope you have a beautiful week, a beautiful full moon, and if you are in the United States, a happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for each of you who loves to dive into this fascinating subject matter for self-inquiry and knowledge. Okay, bye you guys.